Today, we're wanting to find a little insight into what it takes for a person who is a lighting director, what they do to shape the light that you see. We have with us today Rodney Autaubo, who is a fantastic gaffer. If you could give us just a little bit of information about who you are, how long you've been doing this, and what it took for you to get to this place in your life.
I've been doing this professionally or full-time since 1990. Went to school, went to Canada, to school, film school, video. Actually went there to become an audio guy and wound up getting in lighting. But at the time I was coming up, it was like an apprenticeship. Had a lot of opportunities to work with a lot of great, talented cinematographers and gaffers.
What you, as a person who does this, understands you have to light an object, and then we are going to expose our camera information to that light on that object. So you're really not shooting an object, you're shooting the light that is shaping that object. So it takes people to do that. So tell me a little bit about gaffer, where does that come from? And then what are the other key positions that are very, very important for you to be able to do your job as well as you do?
When I grew up in the industry, it wasn't really that you were this artist. You know, everybody thinks you're a technician, because you have to understand what that camera's seeing. And the way the light falls on people's faces, it's not the same every time. We light this one lady, and if I don't light her a certain way, she has blemishes all over her faces that'll just pop out and you'll see it. So, and there was a gentleman that I was lighting, and he had this certain scar that if I lit him real dramatic, that scar would just pop out and be real noticeable. Everybody's face is different. It's almost like a fingerprint. Because if somebody steps in here and I build this big, huge, soft light that's coming in like this, and it looks like the sun's right there, and the sun's bouncing up into their face. But I bring it too far around and they show up and they got glasses, I'm hammered. Because you're going to see it in the glasses the whole time.
Reflection.
Reflections, yes. So those are the little things, too, that you got to deal with. And the way that camera sees it, the way those lenses see it, just like yesterday we were shooting, and we call them really fast lenses. And what that means is the aperture allows a lot more light in. So you have to have a lot less light, which doesn't sound like it makes sense, but that's the way it is. Now, instead of adding light to it, a lot of times you're going in and taking light away, and you're getting a shape. Whereas, like right now, when I look into this light, the light's pretty flat on my face. But when I turn sideways like this, it becomes heavy on this side and a little bit lighter on this side. What I would do is I'd bring in a flag and put it up here and take away more light and create a dramatic look. When you're looking at something, and if I get the lighting wrong, whether you notice it or not, it'll affect your subconscious on whether you want to listen to this interview or not. Because to me, that camera lens right there is your eyes to our world that we're introducing you to. And we have to make it welcoming. We have to make it entertaining. We have to draw our audience in. And we tell that camera what it's going to tell you, in essence. So that's what lighting's about to me, is creating an atmosphere, creating something that you can get engulfed into.
Well, I believe we have an example, a side-by-side example.
Oh yeah.
Of something that wasn't lit, and then something that was lit. Same location, as I understand.
Yeah, we went under this warehouse here, and they were like, well, let's put a bunch of black stuff on the floor, make the floor reflected, and I was like, well, I kind of like that floor. I kind of wanted a little bit of a different look than all those brown boxes and stuff. They wanted safes, and the girl was going to be standing up there demonstrating this gun and stuff, and we kind of wanted it to look like it was her shop or something.
So this is the before picture.
Yeah, this is the before.
And do we have an after?
We added all the shop lights in the background. We hung them from the ceiling. We added the fluorescent lights right there, and they put the safes in there. We made the walls disappear, and the boxes kind of blend into the background. When we added blue lights up in the ceiling and stuff. So I think there was 4 or 6 of us. But yeah, that's what we do. That's
how long
right
did
there.
that take?
I think it was a 10-hour or 12-hour day.
We're going to open this up for a couple of more questions.
What's been like one of the most challenging lighting setups, either here or in your previous work, that you can tell us about?
Working with Lil. When I came to Ackerman McQueen, they told me, they said, well, we're going to have, the first project I think I did for y'all was Jody. And they said, we're going to have 2 dancers, and they're going to be dancing on this 40 by 60 stage. And we don't want any shadows, and we want it to be lit, but we don't want to see the lit light. I mean, we don't want to see that it's lit. I was like, okay. And we want it sultry. Okay. And we want, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to have 5 cameras. We're going to have one shooting from the top, four of them shooting from around it like this. We're going to have a crane, and we're also going to have a Steadicam operator get about 3 feet away from us. I said, oh. And we don't want to see any shadows. So that's kind of, but that's some of the challenges. But we met them. That's all part of what we do. Movie magic. You always hear smoke and mirrors, and
Smoke, mirrors, and light.
yeah.
Thank you very much. That's been fantastic.